Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today because, well, two things. I'm doing a full face. I love doing full face videos where I basically concentrate on one brand. And also, the brand I'm talking about is not going to be new to y'all because I've talked about their powder foundations for a while now, but it is Alima Pure and it is now being carried at Freesco. And I know that if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I love Freesco. I love Christine. I have discount codes with them. I have purchased from them way before I had discount codes. I love them. And I'm so excited and happy for her to have this new brand on her site. I love seeing her grow and seeing what new brands she gets, I feel like, every few months, which is so exciting. So we are going to go over some Alima Pure, some of the things I already had, some she sent to me, and we're going to try to do a whole face using Alima Pure. If you aren't familiar, Alima Pure is a brand that was started in 2004. It is based out of Portland, Oregon. It is a clean, like non-toxic brand. They only use clean ingredients. They don't use sulfates and parabens and phthalates, dimethicone, petroleum, talc, bismuth oxychloride, which I know a lot of people have reached out to me about being very sensitive to that. So you can rest assured that's not in any of the products. And they also don't use nanoparticles, but they are high performance. Again, I have talked about their powder foundations. I have both the loose and the pressed versions, and I talked about those in my powder foundation video, and I've used them on Instagram before. So let's go ahead and jump in. The only thing I have on my face right now is my SPF, my skincare, and I just put a little bit of some corrector because I don't know that they have a corrector. If they do, I don't have one. So we are going to start out with a little bit of concealer because we are using powder foundation, and I like to use concealer first. Let's pull the hair back. Another thing I do like about Alima Pure is that a lot of their products come in refillable packaging, so you can buy just the refills and keep the compacts, pop the refill out and put a new one in. I mean, I honestly wish all brands would do this. It's so good for the environment, it's less waste, and I think we all know, especially us that are like beauty obsessed, know that waste is real, and so much of the waste in the world comes from cosmetics and this industry. So I love that they do that. The concealer I'm going to use is called Suede. That's the shade. It is a cream concealer. So I'm going to warm it up on my finger pretty well and then just tap it on the under eye. This is a good shade for me because you probably all know I don't like a bright under eye. So this is kind of my skin tone. So I could see, like on quick days, me just tapping it on my redness, maybe setting it with a powder and being out the door. The coverage is really good on this. I have not tried this without, some type of corrector underneath because y'all, I mean, my circles are just real. Real dark, and I always use a corrector, but I will say this works well over my corrector, which is good because sometimes creams on top of creams can be a little too much, but I don't find that at all with this, and I think you can tell it's pretty good coverage, and I love how small and compact it is. I am setting this with my Pat McGrath powder, but honestly, if you have drier under eyes or if you don't like, to use a powder under your eyes, I feel like this would work really well without setting it. Okay, now let's go into the Satin Matte Foundation. Now they do have the loose version and the pressed version. I'm going to be using the loose today. I'm in the shade Neutral 4. This is one that I've had this one for a little over a year. Just gonna tap some in the lid. Now, there are a couple of brushes that I use with this. I like my Bare Minerals Full Flawless Face Brush with loose mineral foundations like this, but I also have I purchased this brush when I got this foundation. This is the Alima Pure Powder Brush. So I honestly don't even know have I tried this with this foundation or just the pressed? I don't know. We're going to try it with this one. So I'm just going to load up the brush. This comes, y'all, in 45 shades. That's a lot. It only has 4 ingredients, which is amazing. 45 shades is amazing. I'm going to try to stipple on and then kind of buff, because it does say to go in circular motions to apply. Also, this has a shelf life, y'all, of 60 months before opening and 36 months after. So definitely a longer shelf life than any liquid foundation you're going to have in your collection. See how I'm kind of like pressing it into my redness, and then I take it and kind of swirl it around. So the ingredients are mica, titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, and iron oxides. I mean, I can see right off the bat, just pressing it into my skin, that it's got a good medium coverage. And I do find that you can build it. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see mica, I think shimmer. There's definitely no shimmer in this foundation. Because it's minerals, it does have a little bit of a sheen. So it's not flat matte, but it's also not super luminous. So it's got a little bit of a sheen, but again, it's not overly. I think if you want something a little more matte, I would go with the pressed. So this took me some getting used to using powder foundation, but I like to go over it with a little bit of their finishing powder, because even though it's a powder foundation, I still find that that's beneficial to do. Now, I have had this powder. She sent me one as well, but I've used it with other liquid foundations and it's great. But I'm just going to take a small amount of Augusta and just kind of just put that all over, just as a finisher, just as what it says it is. Now, a bronzer that I have had in my collection from them and love is this Mauna Loa. It's also a loose bronzer, and I'm going to take that same BK Beauty 102 brush and use that to just add, I mean, I feel like I'm already kind of a little bronzed, but I'm going to add a little bit of true bronze color to the skin. I love this bronzer. I do feel like this one gives a little bit of a sheen, again, because it is the loose minerals, but it is very, very pretty. She sent over 2 blushes. Both are beautiful. I'm going to use both. I'm going to use one on the eyes and one on the cheeks. She sent over Antique Rose and Pink. So I'm going to use pink on the cheeks. This is a loose formula. They also have cream blushes, and she sent me this really pretty one called Crush. Y'all, look at that color. Oh my goodness. That is so pretty. Wow, that's pretty. So they do have cream as well. But this is another loose product. So I'm going to put some in the cap. I'm going to use my It Cosmetics blush brush. These, y'all, are super pigmented. Do you see that? So be a little lighter with your hand, which is very hard for me to do when applying them, but they are so pretty. So pretty. And this is going to last you forever. Y'all, I haven't even talked about how affordable these products are. Insanely affordable. Like the finishing powder is $24. The foundation is $28. And that's before the discount. So I do have a discount code. It's Mandy15. And then it'll get you 15% off at Frisco, which I mean, that's like really affordable for this kind of performance. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this cream highlight, and it doesn't have a name. I'm going to have to pop it out and I'll put the name on the screen. But this is a very pretty cream to not completely powder, but it doesn't feel necessarily tacky either. So I'm just going to take that and tap that onto the upper part of my cheekbones. Well, that's pretty. No, this is very pretty. I'm going to start out using the other blush that she sent. This is an Antique Rose. Very pretty color. And I just want to show you how these can definitely be used on the eyes as well. So I'm going to take my Zephr number 15 brush, and I'm going to put that blush on the brush, and then I'm going to use this as my crease color. It's such a pretty color, and I feel like when I got pink on the cheeks, putting a little bit of pink on the eye just brings everything together. I could definitely use the same pink shade that I used on my cheeks, but I feel like this one's a little bit darker and super easy to blend on the eye. I think people can sometimes get scared of loose products, loose blush, loose foundation, loose powder shadow, but they're really easy to blend out, and they're really not any harder, in my opinion, to work with than powder. I mean, yes, you have to like tap them out. You might get a little bit more on your vanity than you do with powder, but depending on how much kickback a powder has, it could be the same exact amount. This could be a new favorite color for the eyes. I really, really like this. I'm going to take a little bit of that cream highlight that I used on the eye, and I'm going to lay this down for a little bit of a base on the lid. Look at how pretty that is on the lid. Oh, that's pretty. That is a very pretty color on the eyes. I love how multi-purpose these products are. Christine sent over a few different pressed shadows, but I'm going to use the color Icon. So this is it. Has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's a very pretty taupey shade. So that's it right there. I'm just going to take a flat shader brush and I'm going to press that on top of that cream shadow. So you're probably like, or cream highlight. You're probably like, why did you put that highlight down? I did that because it gives this something to adhere to. This is such a pretty color. Helps it pop a little bit more. It's almost like a gunmetal gray with a little bit of shift to like a really pretty green color. It's very multi-dimensional. I like it. It's not what I thought it would be. It's even better. I was going to put a little bit of this Zephr color, which is just a really pretty, it's got a sheen. It's not super matte, but it's definitely not metallic either. I was going to put that on the lid, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put a little bit in here in the inner corner just to brighten up that area. But I don't want to cover up that really pretty icon that we just put down. That with that pink is a very pretty combination. So I'm just putting a little bit in the inner corner, and then I'll take just a little bit up here. It's definitely got a sheen to it, but it's not metallic. It's just those minerals coming through, I think, making it very, very pretty. I don't want to do anything else to the eyes. That is so pretty. I am going to take a little bit of that antique rose color, which with it, how affordable these products are, I would definitely just say get this for an eyeshadow if you don't want it for a cheek color because it is so pretty. And I'm going to take my Zephr 26 brush and smoke a little bit under the eyes. Okay, I do not have a mascara from Alima Pure, so I used my Jane Iredale Beyond Lash. And I don't have a technical lipstick. They do sell lipsticks. They are on Frisco Beauty's site. But honestly, I think I'm going to take this gorgeous cream blush and attempt to use this as a lipstick. Are you so proud of me? Because it's dark. But I'm just going to tap it in. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty. And how pigmented. I'm just tapping it in so gently. Wow. Wow. Y'all, that was like no product at all. That's how pigmented this is. So that was in the shade Crush. And because y'all know I have to have a gloss, I don't have one from Alima Pure, but I will use one that you can find at Frisco. This is the Fit Glow Beauty gloss in the color B. Oh, wow. I really like that combination for lips. I mean, I would say this is a pretty big success, this full face of Alima Pure. I'm so excited again that it's available on Frisco. I will have everything listed down below, and don't forget that my discount code works for this. I honestly would be hard pressed to say I love any one thing over the other. This eye look is something I will envision myself using for at least the next week in a row. I love it. Super easy. But I really love the combination of that kind of greeny taupe, but it's not green. So if you're someone who's like, oh, I can't wear greens, don't discount this color. It's not that. It's just got that really pretty shift to it. And in combination with that antique rose blush in the crease, so pretty. And that gorgeous cream color, love that too. Y'all, I love everything. There's nothing that I use today that I don't like. I would like to know your favorite thing that I used today, at least what you think looks the best or what you thought maybe you'll be the most interested in getting. So let me know that down in the comment section below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, safe, and sane, and that most of all, you go out and have a very blessed day.